Tonight, the faces of 3 loved ones murdered in their home. Among the dead, a young woman who was 6 months pregnant. The only surviving witness, a toddler who was in the home. Neighbors in fear.
My mom's pretty scared.
Too scared to answer their own doors without checking first.
I want to see who's ringing on the doorbell before I open the door.
And as they wonder what happened behind the closed doors of the home where the killings happened, they want protection for their own families.
We need more law enforcement officers here.
And tonight, authorities have confirmed they've arrested a relative of the people who lived in that home.
But the 19-year-old Brian Hyde is not charged with those killings. Officers say they're holding him for driving without a valid license. We're told Hyde is from the Central American country of Belize.
He's the nephew of one of the victims. Dorla Pitts also killed her daughter, Starlet Pitts. She was 6 months pregnant, and her boyfriend, Michael Kelly, among the victims as well. His 1-year-old daughter was also in the home at the time, but she survived, and she is with loved ones tonight.
4 New Corners' Katie Jones talking with neighbors where it all happened on that home on 21st Street between Gunnery Road and Sunshine Boulevard. Katie?
As we learn chilling new details in the murder of 3 young family members in this Lehigh Acres home, neighbors are on edge. Some of them only recently settled into what they thought would be a safe community.
My mom's pretty scared and stuff. She says that she wasn't really aware how bad this neighborhood was, and we just moved from Miami, and this happens to be a really bad neighborhood. I didn't even know.
Some we talked to shocked to see the yellow tape and flashing lights and are terrified to hear of this gruesome crime committed so close to home, while others say this is just the latest chapter in a trend of increasing violence in Lehigh.
I have to call the sheriff on a regular basis for gunshots in my neighborhood. I have to call the sheriff's office for four-wheeler activity in my neighborhood. I have to call the sheriff's office for shooting people. People are being shot in our neighborhood.
And while the circumstances of Michael Kelly, Starlet, who went by Kaya on Facebook, and Dorla Pitts' death are still a mystery, those living close by are upping security, adding surveillance cameras to keep their families safe.
I want to see who's ringing on the doorbell before I open the door.
But cameras can only do so much. Some Lehigh residents say they want to see more Lee County Sheriff's deputies in their community before any more lives are lost.
We need more law enforcement officers here. We need more law enforcement officers in Lehigh Acres. You cannot battle crime with 103,000 people with 8 officers on a shift and anticipate that you're going to stop this.
Katie Jones, Fox 4, in your corner.
Meanwhile,